Today we're going to take a look at some double angle formulas, and all the formulas are written above here, and they'll be given to you on your test as well. But we're going to take a look and see how this works today. So this first one, if sine of alpha is -3/5 and alpha lies in quadrant 4. Now one thing we have to remember is this is in a unit circle value, so we're going to label these as opposite over hypotenuse. It's in quadrant 4. So opposite hypotenuse, and remember this would be negative, so we have -3/5. Here's our alpha, our angle there. And then it asks, well, what's our sine? Well, -3/5. Well, how can we find our cosine? Well, -3 squared plus x squared equals 5 squared. 9 plus x squared equals 25. So x squared equals 16, so x is 4. So the cosine would be 4 over 5, and tangent opposite over adjacent. Now the next thing it asks us to find the sine of 2 alpha. Well, up here we have this formula. The sine of 2 alpha equals 2 sine of alpha cosine alpha. So it equals 2 sine is -3/5, cosine is 4/5. And we know when we multiply fractions, we could put this over 1, we multiply straight across. So -6, -24 over 25. So the next part we're going to look at here, the cosine of 2 alpha. And you'll notice that there's 3 different formulas you can use. And you can use any one and you get the same one, same answer. So let's say we use cosine squared of alpha minus sine squared of alpha. Let me double check, is it? Yep, it's minus. Okay, so cosine is 4/5. So we have 4/5 squared minus, let's see, that's 3/5. So we have -3/5 squared. So this is 16/25 minus 9/25, and we end up with 7/25. Now the next one we're going to look at here is the tangent. So what is our tangent formula? So we have 2 the tangent of alpha divided by 1 minus tan squared. So we have 2 times, what was our tangent? Let's see, -3/4 over 1 minus -3/4 squared. And the only thing that makes this tricky is this would be non-calculators doing this without a calculator. So 2 times -3, we have -6/4 over 1 minus, this would be 9/16. But again, how do we subtract this? Well, common denominator, so this is 16 over 16. So now we have -6/4 over 16 minus 9 is 7/16. And then we multiply, keep the first, and we multiply by the reciprocal, 16 over 7. We could multiply this, but I realize these are both divisible by 4. So this becomes a 1 and a 4. So we have -24 over 7. So let's take a look at this second page and try a couple more. So this next one, it says our cosine is -2/7 and lies in quadrant 2. So -2 and 7. So we have -2 squared plus y squared equals 7 squared. 4 plus y squared equals 49. So y squared equals 45. So y equals the square root of 45. And then this is one where we could simplify that. If you notice what perfect square goes into there is 9. So this is the square root of 9 times the square root of 5. So it's 3 times the square root of 5. So our sine would be 3 square root of 5 over 7. Cosine, -2 over 7. And tangent, opposite over adjacent. So the sine of 2 alpha, well, let's see, here's our formula, 2 sine of alpha, cosine alpha. So we got 2 times 3 square root of 5 over 7 times -2/7. So let's see, denominator we got 49, negative 2 times 2 is 4, so we have negative 12 times the square root of 5. Now our next one here, again, we could use any one of these formulas here. It really doesn't matter. We used this top one before, so if we use that again, we have cosine squared minus sine squared. So again, our cosine, what was it? Negative 2/7 minus, let's see, 3 square root of 5. And then you just have to watch the math here. So we got 4 over 49 minus, let's see, if we square this, we have to square both. So that's 9 times 5 over 7. So we got 4 over 49 minus 45 over 49. So we have negative 41 over 49. And then we have our tangent here. So tangent, what was that? It was 2 tangent of alpha over 1 minus tan squared of alpha. So what did we have? Oops, I went too far. 3 square root of 5 over negative 2. So 2 times 3 square root of 5 over negative 2 divided by 1 minus 3 square root of 5 over negative 2 squared. So let's see, well, 2's. So you'd have negative 3 square root of 5 over 1 minus, let's see, so that's 9 times 5 over negative 4. So we have 45 over negative 4. Let's see if we rewrite this 45 over 45. So we have negative 3 square root of 5 over, wait a second, that wouldn't be 45 over 45. That would be, oh, that should be positive 4 too when we square it. So let's double check this right here. That was kind of a mess. Let's look at this step again. Try that again. 1 minus, so this would be 45 over 4. Because that would be, yep, 9 times 5 over 4. Rewrite this as 4 over 4. There we go. It's like we had a 0. Something seemed off. So negative 41 over 4. And then we multiply by the reciprocal. So times 4 over negative 41. So the negatives are gone. So we have 12 square root of 5 over 41. And then that very last thing that we're going to look at. Tell whether these are true. Well, let's see. Here's our alpha. So was there one that was, this would be 2 cos squared of alpha minus 1. Well, but what's our alpha? This would have to be 20. So I already know that that's false. Because we had there, let's see, I wonder if I can, maybe I can take a little picture of this. I'm going to take these and let's see if I can copy this and get it on that last page. That would be a lot easier. So here's what we had. And we can see if we were to set this up, we have the cosine of 2 alpha equals 2 cosine squared of alpha minus 1. So alpha is 20 and here it's 40, so that's false. Let's see our sine. This is the sine one. So the sine of 2 alpha equals 2 sine alpha cosine alpha. Well, what would this be? 2 times negative 25, so that works. That's true. Let's see, we got cos squared, so this is cos squared of alpha, sine squared of alpha, and this is the cos of 2 alpha. Well, alpha would be 35, so that works. So that would be true. And then this last one, that's our tangent. And our alpha is 45, which it is over here, so that would be true as well. So write the expressions as one angle. Well, this was 2 sine alpha cosine of alpha. So we know that this one must be 2 sine, the sine of 2 alpha. Well, alpha is 35, so 2 times 35 is 70. And then this one, we know this is the tangent of 2 alpha. Well, this is our alpha, so this has to be the tangent of 45.